good night, good evening, good morning, good day, greetings. Hello, Vietnam. Hello, Ghana. Hello, Netherlands. Hello, Guyana. Hello, India, Pakistan, New York, Canada, Australia, Germany, wherever you're from, in case you happen to stumble upon this live stream. And if you do, I not only am sending positive vibes your way, but I hope your day, your night, your evening, your twilight, whatever time it is going well, continues to go well, and will go well. Can't see the forest for the trees. Stay focused. So, when you're really involved in something, and I know this from experience myself, so when I'm here giving some sort of suggestion or I'm trying to put out a certain word, I'm not doing so just from research. I'm doing this from experience. So Fahrenheit right now, so it's cold. That's for sure. It's very cold. Now, when you can't see the forest for the trees, you're basically saying you're in the midst of doing whatever you're doing, and you're so caught up in it that seeing the details of, in this case, the saying is saying you're seeing the details of the trees, but you're missing the forest, right? So you're kind of like not seeing the whole picture because you're so caught up on the day to day. And that holds weight for a lot of different topics, you know? Again, I know this from experience. So, for example, before, right? And this is where the saying fail forward comes from, right? Because you could have a couple of different approaches. You could have the approach of you stumble and you just keep outputting and you'll get better with time, which is the approach I adopt now. Or you could take the approach of someone who's like, I'm not even going to put anything out until it's perfect. And that's another approach. Both of them are fine, in my humble opinion. However, the issue here, and this is why I say stay focused. If you have in your mind that you're not going to put anything out unless it's perfect, but nothing is getting put out, for example, what they were saying about Dr. Dre for the longest, right? Of course, you know, people say he's successful, whatever. But it's like everyone is like, when is the next thing coming out, you know? And it's like everyone already knows, okay, this person is like a perfectionist, but it's like nothing's really coming out, you know? So it's one thing to be a perfectionist. Like, for example, they said Michael Jackson's Thriller album took almost 1 year right? From start to finish. Took like maybe 11 and a half months. Okay, great. You took that long for that album, and it was a masterpiece, right? But the point is you were working on it and you had a long-term vision. You executed, you made it happen. Great. And the reward for that was hopefully well deserved because you put it out, classic, right? Stood the test of time. But if you are like a Dr. Dre and nothing is being put out, and it's fine that you're successful, that's great. But remember, in this case, there are a lot of people that they look forward to hearing from you. And you're kind of like caught up on, and I don't know the whole story. I don't know that man. But I'm just saying in general, because I was the same way at one point. It's like, no, this is not it. This is not it. What's up, Demon Slayer lover? I'm just chilling, bro, or sis. I'm just out here driving around the BX, you know, putting out a word on staying focused and the importance of consistency, you know, but not losing sight of making sure you don't overwhelm yourself with the fine details, you know. So make sure if you're focusing on the details, you still stick to the plan and you output, you know. So now, like I said, I used to be that way, where it's just I wouldn't put stuff out because I was like on my perfectionist thing, you know. I was like, no, it's not right. No, I don't like the way it is. No, this is not it. And now it's like, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put it out. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna put it out. Like if it's a workout thing, I'm gonna, even if I put it out, if it comes out of my words to the universe, and I hold myself accountable by doing live streams like this or by putting stuff out publicly. And I'm like yesterday, for example, I put out a push-up short real quick, right? I was aiming for 100 push-ups because that's what it takes to be in the top 1% of men, right? So in my head, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups straight. So I got on the floor and I just started cranking them out, right? Decent form, everything. As soon as I got to like 15, 20, I was like, oh no. It was like the soreness from my chest routine hit me, and that was an unexpected thing, you know? So usually I can crank out a lot of push-ups. So now I find myself, okay, 30, my chest is screaming. 40, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do 100, you know? And I'm holding myself accountable by putting it out there. And that wasn't alive neither. So it's not like me getting out of the vehicle right now and saying, I'm gonna do 25 pull-ups right now, which I can do. I will get out of this vehicle, find some scaffolding, and in my head say, I'm gonna do 25 pull-ups, even though I'm sore, right? But I wasn't expecting it, and I recorded it. But you know what? Even though I recorded it, I didn't have to put it out there. And I was only able to get 60 push-ups, right? So it was kind of a failure in a sense. It was a lesson. It was you know, but you fail forward in this sense because it's like, okay, I was aiming for 100. I couldn't get 100. I did 60. And you know what? I'm still going to put it out there. But if I was the person, I'm in the US, Demon. I'm in the Bronx, New York, USA. Now, I could have been like you know what? I'm going to try this again tomorrow. I'm going to aim for 100 push-ups again, right? Because I probably won't be as sore. Or maybe I'll be sore, but like I'll know better this next time. And I record it again, and I don't get 100 push-ups, right? And then again, it's like that could be a failure, and I don't put it out there, right? So now, after like the third or fourth time of doing that, I might get frustrated because it's like, what the heck? I can't hit this goal. And then I might stop. And that's the whole point. Like then if you stop or you get distracted or life throws some challenge your way that like takes you off course, then it's like, you know what? And you start over like days later and it's like, all right, I'm going to try this again. Now it's like, because you stopped, it's like 100 might not even be in your realm of what you're trying to hit. Now it's like, oh, I'm not aiming for 100 anymore. I'm aiming for like 50. As opposed to if I just said, you know what? I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep going. And in my case, I keep outputting. I keep putting it out there because it's like eventually, guess what? I'm going to hit that 100. Because I'm not only doing it, but I'm also holding myself accountable by actually putting it out there. So the details here are, in this case, I see the forest in general because I see the big picture. So I'm not caught up on the details of, okay, you know what? I'm not going to put this out there because I didn't hit the 100. I only hit 60. And it's like, I'm not going to put that out there because I said I was going to do 100 and I didn't hit 100. No. It's like, win, lose, or draw. I still put it out there. When it comes to the music, I hear all my screw ups. But in my head, it's like, again, fail forward. It's like, okay, those ad libs could have been better. That double right there was slightly off, and maybe it wasn't off on the actual like sync of it, but the delivery of the tone was slightly off. I'll hear all of it, but it's like, no, I'm not gonna be such a perfectionist where it's like, no, I'm gonna do it over, I'm gonna do it over, I'm gonna do it over, I'm gonna just not put it out there. No, I'm gonna put it out there, screw ups and all, let it fly. Because I'm just gonna get better with time. And that's the approach I choose to adhere to nowadays. You know? Because I know if I continue to just not output and not put it out there, then I'm going to frustrate myself so much that nothing is going to get done, you know? So that's what I mean in this case by giving a few examples, by saying you just stay focused. And in this case, I see the forest regardless of the trees, you know? And I stay focused to see the light through the dense, heavily wooded forest itself, you know, so it doesn't bother me. And I'm putting this out there in this live stream so that hopefully someone gets something out of this, where you can hear this message and say to yourself, you know what, this bearded man is saying something that strikes me as something I can utilize myself, you know? So it's important. I think it's valuable to know because I was suffering from it myself at one point. It's called analysis paralysis, right? Where you're just over analyzing everything to the point of where you're just paralyzing yourself. You're not even allowing yourself to move forward because you're so meticulous on the details that you're not even allowing yourself to move forward. I know from experience. So now, instead of the analysis paralysis, you just let it fly. Just let it go. And as a result, now it's like, fail forward. We're gonna make sure we get better every single time. And there's less screw ups. There's less mess ups every single time we let it go. Why? Because we're staying consistent. We're staying focused. We see the light. We see the whole picture. We see the forest and not just the trees, right? It's great to look at the trees and all the details on every tree, but at the same time, it's like we see the whole picture here. We see the entirety of the forest, right? So that is the point of today's live stream. Stay focused, people. Make sure you do your best to not prevent yourself from attaining whatever it is you have in mind. You know, it's 6 a.m. out here, Eastern Standard Time, and I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you all are having a great one. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit out here in the Bronx, New York, USA at 6 a.m. And yeah, it's definitely a cold November, that's for sure. You know, the last couple of days, this whole week is supposed to be very chilly. But I have faith. Continue to believe that the best is in front of us. And I'm not just talking about the weather, I'm talking about just in general, you know? Because there's a lot of things that I think all of us are seeing in our futures, you know? Maybe we don't see exactly how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out, but we do believe that we are going to see some positive things in front of us, you know? Whether it's your health, your financial situation, whatever the case may be, like your relationship, because these things are all very important to most people. But again, the point of the live stream is to not prevent yourself, you know, keep going. And that's really it. That's the message, you know, 18 minutes in. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, feel free. I'm going to let you see where I'm at right now. You know, we're right here on Gun Hill. I stay in Gun Hill. In the Bronx. I don't know. That's just the glare from the lights, I think. I'm going to make a left right up there on Boston Road. So this is Gun Hill and Boston Road in the Bronx. Again, if anyone has any questions, or if you ever heard anything about the Bronx and you want to see anything in the Bronx, feel free. A lot of West Indian people out here in this section, you know, as we cruise through the BX. Good morning again. Good evening. Good night. Good day. Greetings. Appreciate the check-in from folks. And if you're coming back to this live stream after it's already been done, I appreciate the same, you know. And for me, you don't ever have to like hear me say I have an affiliate partnership or, a Discord. No shades and most people that do all of that, but you're not gonna see it here. I won't even ask you to subscribe, like, comment, or any of that stuff. Right? We're just chilling. You come through, even when we're live and we're hyped and we're getting amped and doing whatever we're doing, we're still chilling. We're still having a decent time doing whatever we're supposed to be doing, right? Because, like, why? Why should I shove certain things down your throat about, like, look, if you buy this, you could get this? No. Not only am I not going to have you buy whatever, I'm going to give whatever I can without charging anything. They say the best things in life are for free, right? Well, it does exist. You just got to come across the right scenarios. Like, we have over 7 billion people in this planet, and my pops has said that before too. It's tough to, let me put this down so it's not in my face. Put it back here. It's easier over here for me, With so many people on the planet, it's like, who do you trust? Who do you see as someone who has, like, whatever it is you're looking for, right? Whatever it is you're looking for. It's very difficult because everyone judges. Even when they say they don't judge, everyone judges. Everyone has their own perception of whatever it is appeals to them. And at the same time, it's like, whatever appeals to whomever, it's one of those things where it's like, see, me, I'm pretty simple. What appeals to me the most, meaning it's the opposite of, like, what pet peeves are for me. So for me, it's like, some of my biggest pet peeves are lack of communication. It's one of the biggest ones. Lack of communication, broken record, lack of communication, right? And kind of like, I'd say, like, in parentheses, B would be, if you're going to say something, do it. Whatever you put out there, if you're going to say something, make sure you live up to that. So, number one would be lack of communication, right? Like, and they kind of go hand in hand, because it's like, if you say you're going to do something and then you not only don't do it, but it's like you didn't even say anything. Like, you knew you weren't going to come through on what you said you were going to do. So now you don't say anything. It's like, for me, going back to what I was just saying about who do you trust, what like the perception of people, the judgment of people. For me, it's like, I don't really judge people at all, period. But it's like, if you say you're going to do something and you not only don't come through on your end, but you don't even communicate, that's beyond red flags. To me, that's like, I don't want to be too entwined in dealing with you. you know? Forget all the other stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that people, and this is me. There's a lot of people, a lot of things that people say are just like, oh, you know what? I can't deal with. Okay. There's a lot of things. I'm simple. Those two things right there, for me, are the biggest things. And they go hand in hand. So if you say you're going to do something, do it. That's it, plain and simple. And if you know you can't come through on your end, make sure you communicate. You know? I think that's pretty simple. You know? But, and then it's like people get, you know, they get butthurt because it's like, it's almost like embarrassment. It's like, you know, you messed up, you know, because like, I don't ask for much. And if I find myself asking when I don't ask for much to begin with for the same things over and over, and you know what really sucks? It's like almost everyone, they'll vent, they'll complain about maybe not the same things I'm just mentioning, but they wind up doing those things. Like they wind up having poor communication, poor timing with communication, and don't have the ability to talk about the fact that they said they were going to do something and are not able to live up to what they swore they were going to be able to do, right? They do that, but have the nerve to outwardly vent about what the next person isn't doing. Or like, are you serious? You are talking about what the next person is or isn't doing and is or isn't saying, but you are the one that does the same thing. So that's why I'm just like, I just gotta, you know, those, like I said, those are my major pet peeves. And I just had to go on that tangent because, like I said, I'm simple for the most part. I'm not simple, but I'm simple when it comes to like interactions with people. Like, you mess with those two pet peeves of mine, it's pretty damaging. So, yeah, that's really it. I think, you know what? Let's see. Since I'm out here, and don't get it twisted. It's freezing outside. It is brick. So let's see. If I find some scaffolds, in my mind, I have 25 pull-ups to do, right? But am I going to be able to do 25? Because I'm sore, and I got crazy layers on with this ridiculously thick coat. Hoodie under there. Thermals, tea. Am I going to be able to hit 25? I don't know, but I'm going to hold myself accountable. And I'm going to see if I can put this on a live stream. So it's that much more poignant that I'm able to do my best. I do my best anyways, but let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm in Co-op City right now. Literally on Co-op City Boulevard right now, so. This is an area where, because it's literally like its own city, you know, in the Bronx. But we don't actually see as many scaffolds around here. So I'm gonna have to keep it moving and see if I can keep driving around until I find. Because now it's like a little mission, you know? Now it's like, I'm going to find the scaffolds and I'm going to put myself through this little mission. I feel like my body just got hot, you know, after venting about those two things. So now it's like, oh man, I'm gonna do 25 pull-ups. Let's see what happens there, you know, with the hot body. You know, I always wondered, right? Like, this is always like a mystery to me. I just gotta do the research. That's what Google's for, right? But how do people find people on these live streams? Like, how do you find me? You know, being at that, because I've never found, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm only looking for certain people that I just find. But it's like, I don't think I've ever actually found someone through a live stream. So it's like, how do you, like, if you're not actually subscribed to someone and you actually catch them at that time, how do you actually how do you stumble on someone doing a live stream? Like, I don't think I've ever done that randomly for anyone, anywhere. TikTok, Instagram, you know, any social media platform, including YouTube. So it's like, how does that even happen? Because I stay on YouTube, but it's like, I have not ever seen a person doing a live stream, especially a vertical live stream like this. Like, I've never stumbled upon anyone doing a live stream. So that's like, it's one of those things that has me like, you know, things that make you go, But, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep the challenge to like a pre-recorded thing. Instead of a live, I'm just gonna wind up doing it as a pre-recorded thing, because I'm trying to find scaffolding right now is like it's like a little mission. I'm not gonna front, and I swear it's, you know, because I am talking now for over a half hour straight, and it's like being able to find a scaffold that, who knows, maybe is like another 8 or 9 minutes out before I actually find it. And me continuing to chat for like, I mean, I've done it before, but it's like talk for like 40 minutes straight, man. Oh, wait, that might be it right there. We'll see. Okay, that gave me a little hope. Maybe I can continue and keep going. 6:16 in the morning. Nah, actually, that's it. I'm going to end this live stream here. And because I made my point. I spoke about what I had to speak about. And, you know, totally broke down the subject matter on staying focused and seeing the forest for the, you know, seeing the forest for the trees, and not, you can't see the forest for the trees. Okay? Breaking it all down and giving examples, and I think I'm pretty good. And I'm gonna keep it moving from this point. And as always, thank you for checking in. Till next time.